There we go. Alright. Sorry guys, just getting the overlay set up. Hopping into game 2, we have EG's very own HuK in the top right versus APOC, currently up 1-0 in the bottom left. Probably going to see a Reaper opening this game. Probably going to see a Mothership Core opening this game by HuK. Well, I mean, I guess after the last game, I don't know. But
your guesses are the same ones I would make. What do you, Oh, lag. Destiny, I'm lagging.
why? No, you're not.
Lag.
Lagging
Sorry,
where?
stop.
You're
No,
not.
I'm just kidding. I just want to scare you.
How would I be
thought,
scared?
you know, the day went so well that if we didn't have at least a little bit of trouble, then it would be unusual, so I wanted to bring that up.
I hate the beginning of this fucking matchup. How are you doing?
APOC's going CC first.
Oh, yeah, Terrans get to do that. Terrans kind of dictate the openings in this matchup, to be fair, right? At the very beginning. If they want to do Reaper, they usually do Reaper. If they want to do CC first, they can. They have to be careful, though, because if HuK goes for similar pressure than he did last game, do you think he can punish this, right?
Yeah, for sure. There are definitely builds that just kill CC first.
What's going on with HuK here? 2 gas?
2 gas before Cybernetics Core, which means probably going to see some 1 base play. Actually, if he goes 2 on gas, it might not be. It might just be it's like just a double gas, but 2 on each gas, and then you expand kind of at the normal time. It gives you a little bit more versatility in terms of your transition. Like, as soon as you put the Nexus down, you can get, let's say, Stargate a little bit faster, or Twilight Council a little bit faster. And it's also a bit harder for a Terran player to read. So you get to the Protoss player's base, and you see, like, oh, double gas, 2 probes on each gas, and you have to be a little more careful, because that still could go into, let's say, a 1 base play. All of a sudden they put 3 on each gas type of situation. This game, what it's going to be is the pressure from last game, but a chrono-boosted Mothership Core with it.
Okay, you say so. APOC being a little bit safe here. Went for the CC first, but he still started it on the high ground. We'll probably make an orbital before lifting it and sending it down. HuK chronoing out a Stalker, just doing a little bit of early scouting on his own. He didn't actually send a probe scout. He'll be scouting with a Zealot. I don't think it's not normal to send a probe scout, right?
Not with this build.
Yeah, okay.
The pressure is early enough that the probe
Won't
isn't
tell you
going to
anything.
Yeah.
Or change your build. Sure.
That's the more important one. It would tell you things, but like you're already committed to the way you're opening, so it's not going to affect anything that you do. And the bunker goes down. The thing about this bunker is HuK's going to see 1 Marine. He knows there's no Reaper. He didn't see the CC, but he can pretty much assume that this is CC first.
Yeah, sure.
As soon as the Stalker and Mothership Core get there, he's just going to go straight into the main. Run by that bunker. He knows it doesn't have that many hits in it.
APOC already trying to... You think he'll wall it off completely? You think he'll make a 3rd depot with that SCV? No, never mind. It's... Oh, yep, there we go. 3rd depot.
Yep. Yeah, he is actually going to try and do that there. And that will make the run by kind of...
Difficult to do?
Yeah, impotent.
Ah, HuK getting a little bit...
It's just 1 Marine in that bunker, though.
Yeah, sure, but that Zealot, poor Zealot.
Yeah, the Zealot's kind of lost. And APOC has thought this situation out very well. He's defending this quite nicely.
Brilliant harass by HuK. Manages to kill an SCV. I think he only killed 1, right? The other worker that died was a scouting? Was it a scout? Let me check the map.
The Stalker killed it. When I was trying to
Gotcha.
And HuK's actually going for the Oracle, so that's kind of part of the extra gas that he had banked. It's going into that Oracle. One thing that's interesting, or one thing worthy of note, is that APOC does not know if HuK is 1-basing or not. Alright, so these Marines. I'm trying to figure out...
Real fast, is this going to be a lot of early pressure from HuK? These 4 gates going up along with this Oracle?
It's 3 gateways, a robo, and a fort.
Oh, 3 gateways. It was only 3. I thought the 4th was the 4th gateway. Yeah. Although even 3 warp gates this early with the robo on the 4th, is this indicative of early pressure? I'm not actually sure.
This is more just being safe than early pressure, and it's... Yeah, there's... If he really wanted to do that pressure, he would have been much more aggressive about chrono boosting out Warp Gate and aggressive pylons. Oh wow, these Marines took him completely off guard. He's actually losing a bunch of probes. The Oracle
wasn't able to do anything in the natural. Oh, but APOC not really paying attention here. 1, 2 SCVs, 3 SCVs going down, maybe 4? 4 SCVs going down.
Just gives it a little poke, a little love tap before he heads out. And, 5 probes gone, 4 workers gone. Probably slightly favors, more than slightly favors APOC because it was CC first, and the pressure that HuK didn't really get damage done.
Sure.
And so the subsequent economic damage, even though it's equal, the position was already slightly favorable to APOC. So anyway, looks like APOC's going to move back across the map, and he's actually going for a huge ground, like early bioarmy. APOC's got 3 add-ons, stim and shields being researched right now. +1 weapons started before factory.
I wonder if he'll try to pop out the photon overcharge right here and then follow that up with his timing attack once stim finishes. Oh, HuK! Oh my god, HuK!
Actually, if he just needs to keep the Oracle alive, and then when the units get too low, yeah, this is really good. If they fight the Oracle, they take a lot of damage from the Zealots, and HuK's gonna push that back, no problem. Nice little force field, catches a couple Marines.
That was very nice. I'm pretty sure. I think APOC's goal there was to pop the photon overcharge, so that once the stim finished and he had a bioarmy kick in, he could move in and maybe do a timing attack with no photon overcharge.
Yeah,
but
that seemed like a pretty reasonable assessment.
HuK going for, instead of the photon overcharge, doing the more aggressive throwing down the time warp and just flat out killing.
That opportunity was because he went for those relatively early 3 gateways. If he wasn't on 3 gateways, he wouldn't have been able to push that back so aggressively.
Sure, he would just be sitting there with like 1 or 2 units waiting for like Robo or something.
Yeah, you basically like photon overcharge and then try and force field some units, like cut it in half, so that you get the photon overcharge, killing a bunch of their army.
So APOC coming back in here with some units. I don't like this at all. No medevac to retreat with? Does he even have one coming up here?
Yeah, they're like halfway done. I'm not exactly sure why APOC is being so aggressive right now. He really doesn't have a lot of opportunities until the medevacs come out.
Not only does he not have a lot of opportunities, I feel like if he's not careful, he'll give HuK a big opportunity to kind of catch him in a mistake. You know, a couple force fields will snipe off half his army or something. Really worried.
Yeah, for sure.
But he did pull back in time, so.
The one Colossus, I mean, the trades, if you look at the units lost tab, about 800 resources in favor of HuK, and that's going to allow him, it just allows the Protoss player a little bit more space in whatever they choose to do, whether it's taking a fast third, making a timing happen, so on and so forth. But for now,
HuK saying the game is over and that the Terran is too far ahead. Uh-oh. That's Moro's prediction. What do you think?
Too early to say.
Uh-oh. I mean, I think HuK is still in an okay position to win the game. The supplies are almost even. No third yet for either. I guess APOC is...
The third for APOC is done.
Yeah, sure.
HuK is just starting his. But the workers are even, and there's not... APOC hasn't really done anything with his bioarmy so far.
Yeah,
if he cancels the third, even just once, that's very significant, and that could be enough. But there's no reason that this had to happen based on the game state already.
Yeah, for sure. HuK could have been in a better position to defend there.
Yeah, if HuK's army had been out there, he would have been able to prevent that from happening, no problem.
APOC going for a dual-pronged harass here. This could be really bad for HuK. He might lose his third again if he pulls his whole army back here to deal with this. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. No! APOC signing a few units and boosting out. Oh, HuK did not pull his whole army back. Nice job. HuK able to pick off a few units, trying to run into sector third. Decent defense by HuK.
Yeah, HuK's he's in an okay spot. Again, he's picking up some kind of free supply. He hasn't lost very much of his own army, and that's helping keep the supplies between the two players pretty even. Usually, what we saw, we usually see the Terran player up at least a bit of supply, just because stronger economy, able to take that third a little bit earlier, mules, things like that.
Both players just kind of chilling. APOC is getting ready to make I guess his big attack pretty soon. HuK's still flying around the map with this Oracle, just trying to pick off whatever he can. I like that he's kept this Oracle alive for so long. He might, if he could force a cancel on the 4th, I think that's actually really nice. It's more than you could ever ask for from this single unit, aside from the 11 units he's killed already. Although I don't know if he'll scout it. He might not even.
He might check, but that 4th from APOC is actually pretty early.
What is this lag?
I don't know. Is that me?
HuKy. HuKy! HuKy! Oh god, and before he's not even like watching and he's tapped out. Okay.
Don't make me.
Oh god. Sorry.
Alright, cool. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna see it, but the turret there makes it a little uncomfortable.
If the SCV peeks out the top or the left, he'll be able to snipe it. But
yeah, for sure.
APOC going in to try to do some damage, either at the main or the natural.
He keeps trying to do the 2 prongs here, which is really good. But I think HuK is...
I like the pylons out here. I think that's really cute.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit more time to deal with this type of aggression. The Colossus in the back doing some decent damage. 2 Colossus out now, and
oh no, HuK! Overstepping a little
bit. Gets sniped. Losing any... Basically, the Colossus and the High Templar are like the blood and soul of the Protoss mid and late game army. And the Zealots are kind of expendable, but the Colossus and High Templar are absolutely not. They put so much pressure on the Terran player to adjust their composition that even losing just 1 Colossus like that makes a big difference in the fight that's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. And
here's an interesting question. Why is HuK opting to upgrade weapons instead of defense? Normally you see the Protoss opt for that +1 defense rather than the weapons upgrade. He's got weapons 2 and defense 1. And at the beginning of the game, he was just 1-0 for weapons.
That, unfortunately...
God, this Oracle! Fucking... It dies, but it dies a fucking hero. 19 kills, damn!
Yeah, welcome to TVP. As far as HuK's upgrade decision tree path, decision-making path tree decisions, I don't know. Almost everybody goes +1 armor first and upgrades armor before everything else. There are a couple specific timings that people will do where they'll go plus attack, usually involving Stalkers and Colossus, but it's pretty unusual, and HuK is absolutely no vision of this. If APOC is really brave and just walks up that ramp, he could have easily taken... The game would have just ended.
Sure, but he doesn't know if like, his ever spot him or not, to be fair.
Oh yeah, no, it would have been absolutely such a brave and kind of stupid decision, but it would have worked.
Oh, these Colossus completely undefended. All the Vikings fly forward. However, a couple Colossus coming in from the left side. These Colossus will be going down to the top. HuK's army coming in from the left side, squeezing, pincering APOC's army together. I think the Colossus on the left, in combination with the Zealots, might be enough to clean up the ground army, even though the Vikings are going to clean up all of the Colossus.
That was not the fight that APOC needed to take here. And the problem now is all these Vikings are going to have a very hard time getting home. So you can see HuK is down like 12 supply, but you look at the Vikings that are all going to die, and that's going to equalize pretty quickly.
I think, I mean, he did manage to kill like all 5 Colossus, though. I think that's a good...
Yeah, but you still don't want to lose all those Vikings for no reason.
Yeah, for sure.
APOC is still in a really good spot, going up to 5 bases now.
Yeah,
don't really understand.
APOC is so good at getting all these bases up. Like, holy jeez.
I have a hard time explaining why he's going up to this many bases, because it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. As a Terran player, the extra orbital commands I think are more valuable than like the 3rd isn't fully saturated, the 4th isn't fully saturated, the 5th is fully saturated, but it's like APOC could be on 4 bases with more orbitals, and perhaps that would be more useful, but whatever, that's his decision. He's got a lot of planetaries on the map, and it's going to be very hard for HuK to dislodge APOC's economy. Every planetary fortress is going to be a real struggle for him to take out.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like, I mean, HuK has been holding on well, but like the whole game has kind of been in APOC's hands, right? APOC has been the aggressor the entire time. He's been setting the pace the entire time. He's the one doing the attacks, the harass. He's the one taking all of the bases and expanding. HuK has been defending decently well, but I mean, APOC seems like he's always ready behind this.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of his natural route.
Every probe and the Nexus, maybe?
Yeah, he really needs a recall, but the Mothership Core is out of position and without energy.
Oh my god!
Storms.
But he storms his own probes too. I don't know, I think it was worth it for APOC. He's so ahead in economy that he can replace this stuff so much easier than HuK can.
Yeah, for sure. And the fight going on the left, the only real threat for APOC is an immediate counterattack.
Sure, but I don't...
where HuK, let's say, gets on top of his production, but
yeah,
he's got such a large amount of barracks, double starports. It's very hard to imagine how that attack could happen.
Yeah, not only that, HuK would have to make that decision, because if HuK goes for the gold, he's got to fight at the planetary, which helps, you know, APOC a little bit.
Yep.
APOC's already broken down the ROAX between his bases and to get to the gold, so... And HuK is going for that big attack.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to take a fight at the PF though. He needs to swing around and go to the natural. Like once he forces APOC to defend here, go somewhere else. But with all those ghosts and all those Vikings, great EMPs go down. He's got no storms left. The Vikings are going to clean up the Colossus here. And APOC's going to take this.
Yeah, that was a great fight for APOC. I mean,
yeah,
HuK,
he'll be able to finish out without too much trouble in just a moment here.
That was more or less, that was HuK's chance to win the game. Or, well, I say chance like he even had a chance, but I mean, if he was going to win the game, I think it had to happen right there.
Yeah, or earlier, and losing that army put him in a... He's not going to be able to defend the subsequent timing. At least with that army, he had a bit of splash damage, a bit of strength behind it, but all these ghosts, all these Vikings, and such a strong economy from APOC that HuK barely has anything at all at this point. Doing a bit of harass outside the gold base here, just pressuring, keeping APOC on his back foot, but APOC really needs to just ignore all this BS that HuK is doing and go kill him. The longer he waits, the more HuK can reestablish his supply, his splash damage, his control over the map. APOC's army isn't getting any stronger. This is like the endgame Terran army. Is, you know, 10 medevacs, a bunch of ghosts, a bunch of Vikings. Almost nobody will go past this in any meaningful way when they're playing bio.
I don't know what HuK does here. I mean, APOC's just going to run down and murder the space. And I don't know if HuK has got the army to deal with this. A couple Colossus. Does he have any High Templar? Oh, he's got two coming up in the back. I think with 1 or 2 storms each. Just 1 storm each. Vikings make short work of the Colossus. The Zealots and the Stalkers storm forward. But High Templar getting picked off almost immediately. And HuK will GG there. Giving APOC the 2-0 victory.
Yep.
Sorry guys, GameHard apparently bugged out during that lag, so you saw those upgrades getting stuck on the right side of the screen, but good play from me. I mean, this obviously I don't want to be the hindsight guy, but this is pretty much how I kind of expected this. But APOC is he's just like a sick, nasty, solid player. Like he's so good. Maybe not like Code S Korean tier, like Innovation to Asia, but I mean, like, he's such a rock-solid player. I don't see him do very much gimmicky stuff, but his macro game is just so strong. And I mean, in both games, he was kind of, like I said, he was like dictating the games the entire time. He was taking all of the extra bases, he was the one doing all of the attacking, and HuK was kind of like always playing on the back foot, you know?
Yeah, that definitely felt true, and it started kind of out of the opening. Just that CC first with that really strong defense versus the pressure that HuK put on that really didn't get a lot done, and then the Marine follow-up kept the pressure on HuK, and from there just felt like there was never an opportunity for HuK to actually assert dominance in the game. He never got into the middle of the map and really controlled what was going on. It was always APOC outside his third, outside his natural, pressuring, forcing trades, forcing engagements for him, things like that.
Sure. So we're going to go ahead and hop into a quick 5-minute break while we get the next game set up. That's going to be MC versus APOC. that will be an interesting series. I'm going to go ahead and take APOC there, too. I'm favoring APOC over MC there. What do you think?
I think MC takes it.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. Peace out. Actually, I shouldn't say peace out there. I should say we'll be right back. We'll be back in like 4 or 5 minutes.